Our Ourage came out last week at about the same time as both Mega Drive classic Glaylancer and meme game Waifu Discovered, and I feel like that has caused it to be a little bit overlooked. So this quick video is going to be less a full-on review and more a public service announcement to just tell people this game is here, it's on Switch, it's cheap, and it's really, really good. Now, as some of you may know, Our Ourage was made by Kentacho of ABA Studios many moons ago, and he makes all his games available for free on PC, so if you want to check it out that way, that is always an option. On Switch, however, it's only $4.50, and I feel it's a very worthy investment. The game, as you can see, does not go in for anything at all in the way of characters or story, and to the untrained eye may even be mistaken for a 90s screensaver, albeit a super cool one. But do not be fooled, the basic visuals hide not just a seriously fun and well-made shmup, but one with an absolute ton of content and an incredible amount of variety. There are not really such a thing as stages in Our Ourage. Every round is played against the same geometric background with just different colours separating its various modes. The screen doesn't scroll either, and there are no main stage enemies. There are simply two ships. An enemy ship at the top of the screen and your own ship madly weaving through the majestic curtains of bullets the game relentlessly unspools in your general direction. Similarly to the excellent Steam shmup Refrain Prism Memories, any beauty to be found in Our Footage comes less from the visuals themselves, although their abstract nature definitely has its own appeal, and more from the elegance and intricacy of its mind-boggling array of bullet patterns. When you die, the enemy will continue to fire off attacks, and more than once I found myself, instead of hurriedly jabbing A to go back to the main menu like usual, just sitting watching as mesmerising pattern after mesmerising pattern unfurled across the screen. Now, even though there are no real stages, there are 40 different challenges, I guess we could call them, to play through in the game, with all of them being available from the very start, and players able to opt for whatever difficulty suits them best. The first row of challenges are pretty easy affairs, the 10th are not. Personally, I've been finding about 5, 6, 7 roughly suitable for me, but all of them are enjoyable. And each challenge is not just one fight against one boss. In actual fact, each challenge consists of 5 rounds, each round being broken into 2 phases, and each phase featuring multiple attack patterns. In other words, there is a lot to get your teeth sunk into here, and that's without even touching on the game's most fascinating aspect, its 4 different modes of play. The first of these, normal mode, does not refer to difficulty, but instead to the mechanics on offer, with this mode giving you the standard 3 lives to start, 3 bombs per life, and extends for hitting score thresholds. Score, which does stay the same across modes by the way, is determined by how quickly you win each round, with proximity to the enemy allowing you to do greater damage and make quicker kills. At the end of each round, your score is divided by 1, plus another 1 for each life lost, and in normal mode another 1 for each bomb used. So if, for example, you died once and used 2 bombs, that's 1 plus 1 plus 2, so your score will be divided by 4. A simple system, but also a neat, clear, and very effective one. And if these 40 normal stages were all that Our Ourage offered, I would still recommend it. But the other 3 modes elevate the game to a whole new level. The second mode, Psy Mode, is inspired by Psy-Variar, and replaces your bombs with that game's graze mechanic, whereby grazing bullets fills a meter and when it maxes out grants you a brief period of invulnerability. As you can probably imagine, this seriously mixes up the way you approach the game. Ika mode takes the polarity switching from Ikaruga and fires red and blue bullets at you, allowing you to absorb those of your own current polarity. In an added twist, absorbed bullets are instantly fired back at the enemy, and this mode is a hell of a lot of fun and does a great job of making you feel like an absolute boss as you plough through reams of red bullets and launch them all back from whence they came. The last mode, GW, takes its mechanic from Giga Wing and gives you a rechargeable reflect force that when held down allows you to dive headlong into even the deepest seas of bullets for a brief period, collect their energy and then reflect it all back at the enemy in an immensely satisfying burst. It then enters a cooldown period during which you will have to scamper away and hope that you can survive long enough to do it all over again. And doing it all over again is really the name of the game here. If you're the sort who needs a bit of story motivation, a defined ending to aim for, or a feeling of progressing on some sort of adventure to keep you going, you may not get what you're looking for here. However, if you just enjoy the pure act of dodging and weaving through seemingly endless waves of bullets for no other reason than the sheer love of doing it, Our Rootage is going to offer a huge amount to keep you happy, regardless of your skill level. In fact, this is a rare example of a shmup that I would recommend both to beginners and advanced players alike, as even if you spend all your time in either only the upper or the lower third of the challenges, with the 4 different ways to play, the game should still provide more than enough content to satisfy anyone. I consider Our Rootage to be a real little gem, and it gets a 9 out of 10 from me. And while I would never propose to tell anyone not to buy something if that is what they want to do, I do implore anyone considering Waifu Discovered to give this a go, either instead or at least as well as that game, especially if you want to see more unique, unusual and well-crafted shmup experiences making their way to Switch in greater numbers than cheap-looking meme games. Whether you've got this on Switch or played it on PC back in the day in your school's computer lab, do let us know your thoughts below, and thanks as ever for watching. See you next time. Cheers.